I'm so excited for today's video where I share with you the books that my fifth graders are currently reading as we inch closer to the 100th day of school. Let me tell you, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have just taken the next step. Their reading has exploded. It's just like something that's just spreading through the classroom. It's just pure joy. It's pure magic. It is so much fun. They're reading amazing books. They're reading so much. It's working. All the hard work, all the book talking, all the conferences, all the time spent trying to help them fall in love with reading. It is working. I cannot wait to show you the books that they're reading. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Trying to get to 20,000 subscribers this year, which is a lot for me. So subscribe. It means the world to me. All right, let's look at all these amazing books that these super cool kids are reading. Wings of Fire, kid just started this, and I'm so excited. The graphic novel series is really popular in here, and when kids decide that they want to dig into the chapter books, it's so fun to see the reaction, to see what they think, and I am so excited for this reader to experience this series that has just captivated so many readers. We read this book earlier in the school year, and it always brings me so much joy to see kids rereading a book that I read aloud to them. I love it. Yesterday we were in the school library and a kid checked out the second book in the series. So that was a great read aloud. A kid was looking for a graphic novel. I can't remember which one they had just finished that they loved. And they're like, what else should I read, Mr. Sharp? What's like this? And I said, have you read Chunky? You will love Chunky. And there's 2 books. So I'm so excited to see that this young reader has decided to read this. This is one of the most underrated graphic novels. Like if you haven't read this, check it out. It's awesome. I can't get enough of it. The art is just awesome. This kid's parents want him to try sports. So throughout the book, he tries these different sports, and it's kind of a disaster. A lot of fun, though. I have not read this book. It's from the creator of How to Train Your Dragon, The Wizards of Once. This girl started it yesterday, and she's already about 30, 40 pages in, so she seems to be liking it. I can't wait to hear what she thinks, but it's really beautifully designed. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to read that? And then, classic, Bad Guys. It's been really popular for 7, 8 years. Kids can't get enough of it. So off to a great start. So many great books. It's just so exciting, friends. I just wish that, I hope that you can feel the excitement that I'm feeling spending time in this classroom with these kids. We're just, let's go. I mean, Wish Tree, Catherine Applegate. She's really become just a favorite of so many kids. They get a chance to experience her books through read aloud in younger grades, and then they come here and they see we have all of her books. And what a treat. I haven't read this book aloud in a while. Might need to revisit that. Our girl's been making her way through all of the Baby Mouse books. So exciting to see her develop this new passion for a beloved series. This kid is almost done with the Hilo series. He cannot get enough of the series. This is like, I feel like the energy around Hilo is probably what the energy around Amulet was a decade ago, which is really fun. And look, I said, my students are obsessed with this series. Obsessed. That's me. That's what I said. So, and it's true. They still are obsessed with this series. And that's my son. He's in here too, talking about Hilo. And, this is such a success story. This kid read every single Origami Yoda book. And he found in our Tom Engelberger basket the Quick Pick Papers, which was a series that Tom wrote under a different name originally, before he wrote the Origami Yoda books, and then they've kind of had a new life with some cool covers. I think they even did another cover after this one, but Quick Pick Papers, Poop Fountain, kids go on like a adventure to a sanitation place, really fun. These 3 books, amazing, super underrated series. So many great books, and they're finding them on their own, they're becoming independent. They're becoming independent. One of my all-time favorite middle grade books ever, How to Steal a Dog. And just see, this is probably the easiest book ever to book talk. Just picture a family who is in need of money. They are homeless. They see a help wanted sign, not a help wanted, like a lost dog sign with a reward. Instead of trying to find that dog, they decide to steal a dog, wait for the reward sign to go up, and then return it for money. Wild story idea, amazing middle grade book. Inquisitor's Tale. This is if you watch these videos, this girl has read the first 2 books in a Tale Dark and Grim series, and then I didn't have the 3rd book, so she went to this. She's so close to finishing, and then I got the 3rd book in Tale Dark and Grim series, so she's going to start that as soon as she finishes this. Adam Gidwitz's his biggest fan here in a small town in Michigan. So exciting. Okay, this kid had been reading Rob's Wink, and I'm like, did you know those comics in there? Turn those into their own graphic novel. So He's like, what? So we got a new Rob fan. I needed to get Rob's book Popcorn, which just won the Snyder Family Book Award, because I think this kid would really, really love it. Okay, next up, The War That Saved My Life, probably the most popular historical fiction book other than I Survived, the I Survived series, in my class the last 7-8 years. The kids cannot get enough of this. And this kid is reading it. We have about 7 devices where kids can listen to books. We actually had 4, we just got 3 more. Kids can listen to books and follow along. Friends, it has changed the game for so many of these kids. They just need that extra little bit of support. And honestly, the books that they're able to read and comprehend and understand and talk about because we give them that little extra help is, I can't even tell you how awesome it is. And I was actually at home the other day, and my high school daughter, who's a junior in like advanced English, I don't know what it's called, AP something, she was reading a book for that class, and I noticed she had downloaded the library app and was listening to it. I'm like, oh, tell me more about that. And she does that with all the books that they have to read in English. She says she understands them so much better, and she really enjoys them more. So let's go. But yeah, game changer. Holy smokes, it's changed the game for so many kids. Okay, obviously the whole choose your own adventure thing has become very popular in my class this year more than ever. I think one of the 4th grade teachers shared a bunch with them, and then they can't get enough of them. One of the kids actually sits at the kid who was reading this. Last week, he was reading the 4th book in this series. He just like randomly picked it up in the library. He's like, what is this? I'm like, it's the 4th book. He's like, and he just read the whole thing. And then now a different kid who sits next to him was like looking over his shoulder while he was reading and started with the 1st book. So it's so exciting. I haven't seen kids read this series in years. And these 2 kids are like, all about it. So very exciting. The name of this book is Secret. This was so wildly popular. It looks like 2007 when it came out. 15 years later, 17 years later, still going strong. This kid just finished Gordon Corman's Restart. I think he's found his favorite author because I see over on his desk he also has War Stories by Gordon Corman. So if you can get a kid hooked on Gordon Corman, he's written over 100 books. They are set for a long time because of Winn-Dixie. Oh, missing a book. Because of Winn-Dixie. Kate DiCamillo is visiting our school in 3 months. Less than 3 months now. So exciting to see kids revisiting that book. This girl, I don't know where her book is, but she is reading Raimi Nightingale, preparing for Kate's visit. And I want to show you this reader right here. She has every day at their desk, so they don't have a lot of space. These are the books. She's just like wants to read everything. So she's got these. Most kids have like 1 book at their desk. She has these piles. And then she has a whole nother pile. She just always has books with her. That's the type of kid you just know is going to be reading forever. But the book she's actually currently reading is this one. First name's Sky, which is very exciting. And I just got in the mail the new book, and I said, here, this is for you when you're done, the brand new one. Because she's read this. Well, she's read a bunch of Roseanne's books. So many great books. Isn't it exciting? We have one more table. Let's see what they're reading over here. One thing that's been really fun is a couple of the kids who wanted to read with their ears but didn't have like a Kindle at the time. They found that there's a bunch of these Goosebump books on Epic. So they're listening on Epic while they're following along in the book, which is fun. Another kid reading Bad Guys, a series. And they're starting to come out with color, I think, that I saw. Ranger in Time, that's fun to see. This kid read one of, I think, the first one in the series. He was like, Mr. Sharp, have you seen the series? I'm like, I have. We have a bunch in the Kate Messner tub. Project 1065. This kid just finished reading Lifeboat 5. He read Susan Hood's Lifeboat 12, and then he read Lifeboat 5. He really loved Lifeboat, both of them, but Lifeboat 5, he liked how much more time they spent on the actual ship before it was attacked. So big time historical fiction reader. And then this girl's excited to start Percy Jackson. We just got a new copy for the classroom library. So those are the books that they're reading, and then they're on fire. Things are going so well. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome, fantastic